Hey everybody, it's Derek with Hi-Fi Resale Shop, back again. It's a Monday morning with all the sales from the weekend. We did pretty good on the weekend. We sold $499 worth of stuff, so that was pretty cool. That's before fees and some of the shipping is taken out. So let's find out what sold over the weekend. It was definitely a CD heavy weekend. I spent a lot of time Thursday and Friday listing CDs, so it makes sense that a lot of CDs would sell over the course of the weekend. But let's get into the things that sold, and we're going to start off with the things that sold way back on Friday. So there were a couple of cards that sold. So the cards that sold. The card that sold, let me put it in this top loader just so it's safe. Okay, so this card sold. It's a Greg Luginski card, 1983 vintage. True value giveaway card, promo card. Sold single card as is for $4 plus eBay standard envelope. Like I said, there's another card later, but we'll show you that in a second. The next thing was a CD. So the next one was called Steve Kibley, The Slow Crack, and that is it. I don't know anything about this artist. It says alternative indie rock 2004, and it sold for $6.29 plus shipping on top. If you recall, I started doing free ship on some CDs and stuff to see how that would work, and it's going pretty well. I think it's enticing people to buy some stuff, so it's going pretty well with that stuff. But we just gotta bake the shipping into the cost and everything, so we shall see. We'll carry on and see what happens. The next item that sold was this new and sealed Jeremy Buck, A Secret Made of Dreams. Rock music, pop music. 1998 was when it came out, and it sold for $15.39. It's got a big huge crack in it, so I'm going to send them a clear jewel case with it. That's what I always do when there's a cracked case involved. The next item that sold for $13.99, free ship, and it's these 2 CDs of Spain, The Blue Moods of Spain, and She Haunts My Dreams. It says jazz vocal on here, so definitely world music. I don't really know a lot about Spain, so these 2 sold for $13.99, free ship. Let's see, the next thing that sold was this 2 CD group, a lot of 2 CDs, Katydids, Shangri-La and self-titled album, alt rock, indie pop, folk, and these sold for $13.99 with the free shipping. So there's free ship again. The next one is also a free ship, and it is a lot of 2 stained CDs. One called Dysfunction, and the other one called Break the Cycle. Heavy metal, hard rock, 2 CD lot, and these sold for $16.09, free ship. Another one that sold is Leclick featuring KO, dance pop music from the 90s and early 2000s. And this 2 CDs sold for $10.99, free shipping. The next one was 8 CDs in a lot, and it was Madonna library. So there's 8 CDs in here: Like a Prayer, Immaculate Collection, Hard Candy, Music, Something to Remember, Ray of Light, and Bedtime Stories. So these 8 CD lot sold for $20, free shipping. And when I do free shipping, I'm going to do media mail on them. So on something like the 8 CDs, I will put it in a box with some bubble wrap around it, and it'll cost around $5.40, $5.20, something like that. So that's what I'm going to end up paying on that. The next item was 2 CDs by Kings of Leon, rock pop, and these sold for $9.99, free ship. The next item was a pair of pants. These are a pair of casual harem pants or wide leg pants from Mud, and they are new with tags, and they have an elastic waist on them, and they're kind of like a bohemian look. Size medium, 30 by 31, new with tags, and those sold for $10.99, plus shipping on top. The next item that sold were these Delight albums, World, Click, and Infinity Within, and these sold for $10.49, free ship. And I think World Click has Groove is in the Heart. Yeah, World Click has Groove is in the Heart on there. So the one song we all know by Delight. I think they're a French band, if I'm not mistaken. The next thing that sold were these Narada Wilderness CDs. Narada Smooth Jazz, Decade 2, what years? 92 through 2001. The Wilderness Collection and Collection 3. So, these are jazz and easy listening. So 4 CD lot. Whew. Oh, excuse me. And this sold for $6 plus shipping on top. Now, the shipping on top says $9.69. So it might be a setup for Ground Advantage, which is odd. But there was a time when I was trying to, when Ground Advantage was cheaper than Media Mail, and it has since changed. But when they started the Ground Advantage, it was cheaper sometimes than Media Mail. So they're going to pay a little bit more in shipping, but oh well. The next item that sold was a little ceramic napkin holder, a vintage MCM ES molds, slip cast ceramic girly Santa baby napkin holder, Christmas. So this is how it looks like. And this sold for $9.09 plus $8.14 in shipping. The next item was for sorry, Oasis CDs. Definitely is one of them. Definitely Maybe, Be Here Now, The Master Plan, and What's the Story, Morning Glory. So all 4 of these Oasis CDs, they sold for $15, free shipping. The next item is this baseball card, Ken Hawk Harrelson. This sold for $3.19 plus shipping on top, and you could put it on the board. He was a Chicago broadcaster. I don't know if he's still around anymore. I don't think he is. The next item that's sold is Kathleen Edwards, 3 CDs by Kathleen Edwards. Back to Me, Asking for Flowers, and Failure. These 3 rock and folk CDs sold for $18.89 with free shipping on it. The next thing that sold was this Nikon Coolpix P530 camera. This sold as is, parts only, no battery, $20 plus shipping on it. I used to use this for pictures, but I use my phone now, so I don't need it, and I just wanted to get it out of here, move on. Well, this went with the Madonna CDs, so I must not have gotten all 8 CDs. Like a Virgin went with the Madonna CDs, so you probably already knew that I didn't count 8 CDs there. Okay, so the next item that sold was this Sade lot of CDs. There's 4 of them. Live, Soldier of Love, The Best of Sade, and Lovers Rock. So these 4 CDs sold for $15, free ship. And then the next thing that sold was a dress. So this dress sold. Green floral dress. Roz and Allie. Green with blue and pink floral. Round neck. Sleeveless dress. Size 18XL. And that sold for $9.99 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold was this Topps football card set from 1990. It's sealed, complete set. It's back. It was mine from back when I was collecting cards and everything. And this sold for $19 free ship. A lot of the cards that I collected as a kid aren't worth very much at all, so it's kind of heartbreaking. I spent all that time on that stuff, but I enjoyed it, so I had fun with it. The next item that sold were these 2 Sandra CDs, Facing Shades, and the other one is 10 on 1, the singles. And these 2 sold for $16.09 with free shipping. The next sold was this Mr. Lee, 2 CDs of Mr. Lee. Rap, hip hop, 90s dance. 1992, one of them came out, and Mr. Lee, Get Busy, and Mr. Lee, I Wanna Rock Right Now. And these sold for $13.99 free ship. The next 2 were a special set I set up for somebody. These were individual ones I had up, but the person messaged me and they said they wanted both of these. 2 of them for $30, and so I put in the listing $30 free ship, and then they're like, well, I'm international. And I'm like, well, you got to tell me that information. That kind of changes everything. But they worked it out somehow. And so these sold for $21. free shipping, and they obviously are going to go to Glen Ellen, or is it Glen Ellen? No, Elk Grove Village, Illinois, to the eBay International Hub and get shipped from there. So I just got to get them there. Let's see. Why are you still down here? Okay, so they're here somewhere. I think I missed one because I see these in front of me. Okay, so these two Goo Goo Dolls CDs, and another video a while ago I said I didn't like the Goo Goo Dolls. It's one of the bands I can do without. These two sold for $9.99 free ship. So that's that one. And then there's a couple of sales today, and we'll go up to those. The first one was this Hawaiian shirt. It's a medium ocean current with parrots on it. So always put Hawaiian in there, and if it's got a parrot on it, I try to put parrot head in the title. That way maybe you'll sell it to a Jimmy Buffett fan. But that sold for $7 plus shipping on top. And then the next item that sold was this new in-box Speedo. It is a geometric red and gray flyback competitive racing Speedo, new in package, $22.99 plus shipping. That came out of when I bought the clothes that somebody was leaving the pallet sale business from. I got all their clothes, and that was one of the items in there. So the cost on that stuff is like 25 cents per item or less. Then the last thing that sold, just while I was picking all this stuff out of the storage area, was this Jordan Knight CD, love songs, rock vocal pop, R&B from 2005, and this sold for $17.49 with free shipping. So that is everything that's sold. That is 27 items, 27 lots and items. It's probably, I don't know, it looks like close to 40 or 50 CDs altogether that we sold over the weekend, and the total was $499.88. I'm gonna refresh here really quick to make sure there's nothing new. Okay, so that was everything that sold. Couple of cards, couple of baseball cards, a ton of CDs, a dress, a shirt, a pair of pants, a swimsuit, a camera, a vintage ceramic, and some vintage football cards. And that's everything. So somebody asked in the comments on a video if I would show what the rest of this area looks like. So I'm going to take this off of here. So back here, this rack is what I used for my Whatnot show. I did a couple of them. I may or may not do them again. Up here are my bobbleheads from when I was collecting. Here are my autographs from when I was collecting that stuff. There's some more stuff from the Whatnot show here. I got supplies over here right behind me. There's Giselle. Derrick Rose jersey right over here. Let me turn it around. There's my signed Derrick Rose jersey, one of my favorite players. And then back here is Urlacher. I don't know if you can see him. Here's Urlacher. I'm going to turn the camera around. So right here is Urlacher's jersey. And you can see it's signed right in there. Those are a couple of my favorite things. Up here, Millennium Falcon. That was mine when I was a child. Got some footballs that are signed up there. And then all this is shipping supplies. Close by, because I like to package stuff up right here. And that's the stack of CDs that we just went through and the stuff that's sold. I have a computer there. I have stacks of magazines that need to go up, CDs that need to go up, and then more CDs that need to go up. This is the newest rack that I bought back there. I bought that the other day. And then we have this area over here. This is all CDs new and sealed. And then here are all the used CDs. So they're in there like that. There's only one band that got their own thing, and that's Dave Matthews. It's just so many of them. Down here are some magazines that are up. My boxes that I use occasionally. Shoes are back here in this corner over here. And then I started with these boxes. There's a person following me. And so I started with these boxes, and each of these boxes, in the SKU area of the listing, it has what's in each box. So in the SKU area of these items, it'll say box 8. And then they got smaller items in this little box here. And then Ivy's got a bin that we named after her because she helped with the boxing process. So these boxes go up to 42. Down here is all my Halloween stuff. So there's Halloween outfits and stuff down there. And all the extras. These bins here have my hats in them, so there's hats in those. You don't have to open the box up to check it. A lot of flat items in here, so like pictures and autographed photos and bumper stickers and stuff in here. This one I'm using for the bolo ties. And then down here are sweater bins, and they're
swords.
They're managed by color. So they come over here, blue, black, purple, and then this is all the bras that I recently did that I got from that pallet sale person. And up here is just stuff that does not fit in these boxes over here. They are just too big, or they'll take up more than 50% of the box. So they just go over here. Here is my lots of CDs. So this is all 2 CD lots, 3 CD lots. This is 2 still. 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6 and up over there. 6 and up over here. Box 42 and 43 are the last ones I've created of those. A few of these items are up on Facebook Marketplace. They're fragile and really large. And shelves down there that I have yet to use, and they're kind of in a place where you can't really get to them. This is all men's clothes, so it's like separated. Swimsuits, pajama pants, and then children's clothes. I'm thinking of getting rid of this, getting rid of the kids' clothes and taking it over to consignment. Well, not a consignment, but they buy it outright. Children's clothes. Over here we have dresses. These are all dresses, and then this and this over here, it's separated by these blazers, but these are skirts that are up. This is a rack of nonsense. And then this is men's XL and 2XL, and then coats on this rack. Again, here's the stacks of CDs that I have that I'm trying to list, and I really like listing them. I get into a groove, but you don't want to just list CDs. If you do, everything else you sell will tank. So you have to like do a little bit of one thing and a little bit of another thing. Okay, so this Z-rack right here with the yellow shirt on it, it has women's coats over that end over here, and this is men's smalls. And then the next rack has medium and larges. Mediums here, larges down here. And then the rack behind it is extra large, large and extra large. So large is here and extra large is down here. All this stuff over here is women's tops and blouses against the wall here. And these are just put by size and then colored by colors. And so what is this rack for? Well, I want to take all these men's shirts off of these Z racks, and I want to get them in bags. I want to get them in boxes and bags over here. And I think it will give me room to walk over here. So that is one of my things. The baseball card part of the store is right here. So all those are up.
I just figured out how to turn on my flashlight.
Oh, that's great. So that is Waverly. I got some tape the other day, so tape in bulk. I got magazines here. Here is back stock. Here is like stuff waiting to be listed. Some of the bins are garage sale bins that they need to go to garage sales. Over here is like ephemera that hasn't been listed yet, so all magazines and stuff. Again, can't sit and list thousands of magazines. They don't really sell that well, but eventually they all need to get up to try and sell them. And then this is the book area over here. This is a lot of space for stuff that is not moving really well, so I'm thinking about trimming this down. I have my pile of monitor arms over here that I need to go through and find good ones for selling. I have started listing them again. It was one of my top sellers last year, and I need to get those back up again. This and this and this and this are garage sale boxes of stuff I bought at garage sales that I haven't listed yet. Mostly clothes. And then these bins here are all my pants. So eventually they would go on a rack like this as well. So trying to get that done. It's a little tight in here sometimes. I try and come in here and clown to get it straightened out, so that I can walk around in here. Getting those Z-racks out of there, they worked for the longest time, and I just don't think the move is to continue on that way. I might quit with the books, and that would give me 2 shelves worth of stuff. I tried to do a sale on the books for 50% off, and I only sold 3 or 4 books, so I might just have to be done with them. There are some that are valuable, but most of them are $10 or less, so I just have to figure that out. You have to figure out your priorities, I guess. Priority coming soon is to get those shirts into bags, numbered and put in the system, and that will be interesting. That'll be a fun time of folding and putting shirts in bags. But anyway, that's all I got here at Hi-Fi Resale Shop. We're gonna package all these 50 CDs up and get them out of here. 27 orders, and 27 orders, get them packaged up and shipped out to happy customers. But that's all we got, and we will see you next time. Peace.